So today we're going to talk about potty training. And I know everybody has different opinions and views about this. And I'm just going to share with you, a trick that really worked for me. I have 5 children. I have 4 girls and a boy. And what I've learned from potty training the first child to potty training the rest of them. And hopefully this video will help you and make this whole potty training transition a lot easier for both you and your child. So around the age of 2 years old is when you take them to the pediatrician and they're like, hey, this is the time to start potty training. This is what you need to do. You need to, get a special character underwears or special pull-ups or a reward system, stickers. You can do little small candies as a reward system or a toy when they're done. I don't know. They'll just give you different suggestions and say this is the time to start introducing potty training. So as a first-time mom, I didn't know what to do, And so I just, did what I had heard from other moms and let them run around naked and, put them on the potty, let them watch TV on the potty, and then they'll get the feeling and know. And I did all that stuff. And I will tell you, that was the most stressful and longest year of my life. Yes, you heard me right, year. I did everything I could. And I will say there was tears on my end and sometimes on her end. There was frustration. I felt overwhelmed, defeated. I felt like a bad mom sometimes because, you just get frustrated and you just kind of take it out on them sometimes. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? It's just all these things. And I really wish I knew then what I know now, but that's part of parenting. We live, we learn, we try things. It doesn't work. What works for one family doesn't necessarily work for another, And so once we got her peeing in the potty, the number 2s were a struggle, And so it was to the point where she would ask for a diaper. So then I was like, okay, maybe she's scared of going and poop on the potty because that's what I heard. It could be a scary thing, So I was like, okay, I did that for a while. Then when she was finally done with doing that, then we had nighttime. And she was a deep sleeper. And I have a couple deep sleepers. And that just was a couple years of doing pull-ups at night. And that was just like, what am I doing wrong? Waking them up and making sure they go potty, making sure they don't drink water. It was just, it was really a long process. And so when baby number 2 came along, 2-year appointment, same thing, went to the pediatrician. They give you a little bit more like, okay, you've already done this, you've already been through it, but here's what signs to look for, Okay. And I looked at my husband. I'm not doing what I did with the first. I can't do it, And now you're in a different ballgame because you have 2 kids. You don't just have that one that you can cater to. You have 2 children you have to take care of. So, I just did something completely different. And I would show her, hey, mommy has to go pee-pee on the potty. Would you like to come with me? Sometimes she would say, no, I'm playing, whatever. Sometimes she would come with me. And I'd be like, okay, let's see if we can hear mommy's pee-pee. And then we wait a minute and then we hear, oh, there you go. And then we wipe and we flush, whatever, the whole thing. So then we did that for several months. And then one day, it just clicked. I want to go pee-pee on the potty. Okay. Took her to the potty, pee. Big girl, good job. That's awesome. Couple more times, did that. And by literally the 3rd day, she was completely potty trained. Completely. Didn't have problems with number 2. Didn't have problems with number 1. And not even nighttime. Nothing. Of course, I put diapers on the first several weeks just to make sure, but diapers were completely dry. Nothing. She was literally completely potty trained. So I thought, my first thought was, wow, I got lucky with that one. Like, okay. Not quite sure if my method worked, just showing her and just letting her take it. So then the third one comes, age 2. Just letting her go. And I didn't really, it's not like, oh, she was exactly 2 years old. I mean, they could have been like 2.5. Just let them watch whenever they wanted to. And it just clicked. Now, what I will say is most of my children were potty trained, completely potty trained by the age of 3. Now, child number 3, she was more 3.5. That's okay. That is when her body was like, okay, I am ready to connect the two. And that's okay. I'll be right there, okay, buddy? Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Can you close the door, please? I'll be right there. Okay, love you, dude. This is a real video. I'm not going to edit it. This is life. Kids interrupt you. So even though she was later than the other ones by a half a year, I was not stressed because I knew she would get it, and she did. You have to understand, like, there is no magic number. Each kid develops differently. But this is what I learned with the last 4. I let them do child-led potty training. Not sure if that's a technical term or a term that's out there. I don't know. This is what I tell people. Child-led potty training. What does that mean? I let them go when they're ready. When they're ready. I don't push them. I will ask them if they want to watch me. If they don't, okay. I don't make it a big deal. It's just whenever they're ready, when their brain connects it, they do it. And I'm telling you, with the 4 children, when they get it during the day, they get it at night. I don't understand. It just happens. They're not scared to go number 2. They go potty. I will tell you, when a kid is fully potty trained, they will have accidents here and there, and that's okay. And what that is laziness, because they're so into their playing, and that's when you'll notice when they are doing something extremely fun or playing with friends or just really involved in what they're doing, that is when they'll have an accident. And, if you notice it's been a couple hours, you'll be like, hey, do you need to go potty? That's okay. But I never really pushed it. I never said, okay, it's been an hour since you peed. Let's go to the potty. Oh, it's been, 2 hours since you gone pee. Let's go to the potty. Like, it was just a reminder. Hey, you haven't gone pee-pee in a while. Maybe you should give it a try. Okay, mama. It wasn't forced. And so I will tell you, it was a huge day and night difference of just letting them do it when they're ready. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. Something I dreaded with number 2 ended up being just a beautiful, positive thing for both of us. No tears, no frustration, no anxiety, no feeling overwhelmed or defeated. It was just when she is ready. Listen, as adults, a doctor is not going to say, okay, this is the perfect weight for you. This is the perfect diet for you. This is this and this and this. We're all individualized as adults. But yet, for some reason, in children, it's like one box fits all. No, they're individualized too. They all have different needs. They all develop at different times. And that's okay. That is okay. If a kid is potty trained at 2, that's awesome. If a kid is potty trained at 3, that's awesome. If it takes a kid to the almost 4, that's okay. Like, doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with them because they're not fully potty trained at 2 or 2.5. It might take a little bit longer. Like I said, child number 3, they were more on the closeness of being like closer to 4 than 3. And that was okay. I didn't say, oh, there must be something wrong with her. No, it just developmentally was just a little bit different. And that is okay. We're all develop at different times. And that is okay. So I hope this video encourages you if you're about to potty train or you're in the midst and you feel overwhelmed and stressed. that, you know, this is what I've learned, you know, and I hope that, you know, that you will be blessed by this video, and it just makes the potty training transition a little bit easier. Because listen, having a toddler, it is crazy. You're already overwhelmed. You're already overstimulated. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot of news for you and for them. You know, don't take the joy out of potty training. Just when they're ready, they're ready. They'll do it. It's okay.